Commercial drone technology is still relatively new to the world and more so Guyana. But even as interest continues to peak for its stimulating perspective in photography and videography, it promises to be a game changer in the enterprise space. In the future, more people and countries will utilize drone capabilities for reasons beyond videography, whether it is to scan dense urban areas or broadcast messages through drone loudspeakers. In Guyana, one local company is set on revolutionizing its use here and ensuring the country keeps up with its global evolution. People are excited about this flying thing in the air, said Brian Smith, the chief pilot and owner of Dragonfly Geospatial, as he tells the newsroom of his intention to leverage drone technology for national development. Despite rejection for use of the technology in some quarters of the Guyanese society and the fear that it seeks to replace human activity, Smith sees its usefulness in every sector of the fast-paced developing economy. He reasons that it has a more complementary relationship with people and development. Smith, who's currently doing a master in natural resource management, started his drone business in the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic.
That's where my academics marries with my personal interest in drone technology.
With personal experience in drone photography, Smith's business got off the ground by supporting the real estate sector, by conducting inspections for buyers and sellers, both local and abroad.
And it just blossomed into moving on to agriculture.
The drone pilot said although people love the perspective, the technology's practicality can be exploited to advance sectors by providing more efficiency and accuracy at cheaper costs.
Drone technology has been able to give the seller a different perspective. It's no longer just about going to that one house or that one property and telling a potential buyer, hey, this is what we have to offer. You're able now to show a potential buyer where this property is located, how close it is to the major roadway, how close it is to a major shopping center, and for them to be able to understand the value in the property they will purchase. In addition to that, from a seller's perspective, sometimes you might just go on a property and see what the seller might want to show you, but you're able, using drone technology, to say, hey, I'd like to have an analysis of your roof.
Beyond real estate, Dragonfly Geospatial has also found a place in the agriculture sector, which is already dominated by the use of drone technology. Smith acknowledges that there is competition here.
Even though I have a little competition in this sector, the potential is there for us to delve even deeper into the agriculture sector, into the application of fertilizers, which there's another company that does that. But we would like to focus more on the mapping and surveying. Guyana needs large farms. Guyana needs large investment in large-scale farms to build out our economies of scale. So drone technologies can play a critical role in that.
Aside from real estate and agriculture, he sees a place for drone technology in national development planning and the execution and monitoring of national projects.
Now we've moved into the inspection services, which we believe is growing in demand in Guyana, especially with the mega projects that we have coming on stream, like the Amara Harbour Bridge, the new Vreeden Hoops shore base.
Smith reminded that to ensure the integrity of such projects, traditionally, it would require harnessing, scaffolding, and sending individuals on the ground to test structural integrity.
That is hazardous work. That entails you must have trained personnel to do this, and also there's a component of safety that is required, significant safety. With drone technology, we were able to do the work, one, faster, and also remove that human element of error and also requiring safety.
The businessman warns, however, that drones must never be seen as a replacement, but rather a complement to human involvement.
There's always a need for humans. You always have to have a pilot in command of these drones. But I think that drone technologies allow humans to be more precise, allows humans to work a little bit more accurate in what they do. Because essentially what the drone does, the drone goes into that area that is hazardous to use a human, gets that data, and allows you to analyze that with its help. So drone technology for me augments what humans can do. It supports us rather than replacing us.
Smith said despite the possibilities, there has been some pushback, but he is encouraged by the few government agencies such as the Ministry of Housing and Water, which has invested in drone technology to monitor the country's housing development.
There's not much, I wouldn't say interest, but maybe it might be ignorance of what else it can do in the professional space, in the enterprise space. So in that area, there has been a bit of pushback because we're still accustomed to the old way of doing things, we still trust, going through that process through land and survey and having an actual person or team go into the bush and chop the lines. We still trust that. But I do believe that, as I said, given these massive projects that are happening, solar farms that need to be inspected, that the acceptance is going to increase significantly.
Smith acknowledges that with civilians being able to access the technology, it has become a challenge for the Civil Aviation Authority, which has sought to regularize its use with the issuance of license. He supports the existing robust process towards attaining the necessary security clearance. Asked where he is headed with the business, Smith said, "I am excited."
So we would like to play our part in one, monitoring our natural resources, forestry, gold, monitoring construction projects or infrastructure projects, and being able to ensure that government and citizens gets value for money for everything that is done here. We are eager to make investment into larger equipment that spends longer time in the air and is able to provide results to both the private and government sector.
Smith is more than encouraged by the operators who exist, licensed and unlicensed, and believes it will force people and agencies to get on board. For the newsroom, Kurt Campbell.